Hey guys, it's Kimberly, and today I want to talk about some of my top hair tips and my personal hair care routine. This is a very highly requested video that I've been getting a lot of questions about on Twitter and on Instagram. So today I'm really excited to share all this information with you guys. So a little bit of background on my hair. I talk about this a lot in my books and on the website, but my hair used to be extremely coarse and it was very difficult to grow. It used to be about this long and around here, and I would always wear it in a bun because it was so difficult and it never looked good, and I just could never wear it down. So much so that some of my friends nicknamed me Bunhead because my hair was always up. And this was through high school and college and even after college. And it wasn't really until I started to change my diet that my hair started to grow in longer and became a lot more healthy and manageable and longer. So first I'll talk about food, which is, again, to me, I believe this is the most important part of being able to grow healthy long hair is your diet and then the nutrition that you're putting into your body. So the first food group I want to talk about, which is so important, is dark leafy greens and nutritional yeast. So I'm going to talk about them together because I often eat them together in my Dharma's kale salad, which is a salad recipe I have, and the nutritional yeast is part of the dressing. The kale and the yeast together offer a lot of amino acids, a lot of protein in your body, which is really important because much of your hair is made up of protein. It's mostly protein. So you want to be sure that you're getting a lot of really healthy amino acids in your diet. And the leafy greens supply tons of different minerals as well and vitamins. So it's just a really fantastic hair food. The next foods I want to talk about are here we have an avocado and chia seeds. And these foods are really important to make sure that you're getting healthy fats into your system. Your hair follicle needs to be nourished. You don't want your hair to be dry. You don't want your hair follicle to get dried out so your hair stays shiny and is able to grow really well. And chia seeds have great omega-3 fatty acids. You can soak them in water or almond milk and put them in smoothies or make chia pudding. My chia seed delight is a really good recipe to try. Avocados have beautiful monounsaturated fats, and of course you can use avocados in salads and different recipes, and these are really great just to nourish your hair and to keep it really healthy from the inside out. My third important food, here we have bee pollen, and I love bee pollen. I take a spoon of it just about every single day, and bee pollen also has a lot of minerals, a lot of antioxidants, and a lot of B vitamins. And B vitamins are also really great for your hair, including biotin. I prefer to get the B vitamins from whole foods that you can ingest, not just taking supplements. So you can pick up some bee pollen and keep some in your fridge. I store, when I have a large amount that I get from my beekeeper, I keep some in my freezer, and then I just take some out. And again, you can work up, if you're new to bee pollen, just take a little bit at a time, but now I take a good spoonful every day. Great hair food. And finally, we have, again, probiotic and enzyme salad or raw sauerkraut. And this is important just to ensure that your body is absorbing all the nutrients. The probiotics help to balance your system. And this also has vitamin C and enzymes. And we have another video showing how easy it is to make, or if you don't have time to make it, you can also get some raw sauerkraut at the grocery store, which is in the refrigerated section. And the reason this is so great for your hair is it helps to clean out your system. It helps to cleanse your digestive tract just to make sure that you're absorbing the maximum amount of nutrients possible. And this is so important because when there's limited nutrition in your body, then there's limited nutrients that are going to get to your hair follicle. Your body cares more about your vital organs. So this is also helping your body to manufacture B vitamins right in your gut, right in your system. And it's also giving you a lot of enzymes. There's a lot of vitamin C. So this is a really nourishing food just to make sure everything is being optimized that you're putting in and your hair follicle is able to really be properly nourished. I don't have it on the table, but I want to mention now how important hydration is. It's really important to drink a lot of water and a lot of coconut water, because when you're dehydrated, it also shows up in your hair and can lead to breakage and make it harder for your hair to grow. So the next thing, now I'll talk about my personal hair care routine. I will say that one of the most important things that I'm a huge believer in is getting a good haircut at least every 8 weeks, at least every 2 months. And for someone like me with long hair, it ends up being around 8 weeks. If you have shorter hair, it could be 6 weeks. But I see girls all the time that are trying to grow their hair, and they just let it grow and grow, and they're not getting their ends trimmed. And it ends up just getting really unhealthy and heavy. And when your hair starts to get heavy, I feel like more of it starts to come out, and it's just much more difficult to deal with. So getting just that little trim is really important. I'm also a big believer in putting some layers in your hair, just around my face, and in the back I have longer layers, which I think just keeps, again, the hair from being too weighed down, and it keeps it lighter and just so much easier to manage. Now, shampoo and conditioner. I wouldn't say that I'm super tied to one brand the way I am with some other products, but this is a good brand that I'm using right now. It's called Acure, and they have it at Whole Foods and other health food stores. And I like it because it has some good fatty acids in it, and it's gluten-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, and it's biodegradable. This is under $10. So you just want to make sure that you're using something natural and isn't going to strip your hair, something pretty mild. So I use both the shampoo and conditioner, and I like it pretty well. And then this is avocado oil. And especially in the winter, my hair starts to get more dry. And especially since I've moved to LA, I've noticed a big difference from even living in New York and being in other places. My hair's gotten a lot more dry. So avocado oil, you would just put a little bit in your hand and rub it into the tips of your hair and all through your hair. You can do the same thing with coconut oil or combination. And I put it up in a bun, and I leave it for a couple hours. Sometimes I do this in the evening, and then I don't take a shower till I go to bed. So you can leave it in a couple hours. Some people leave it in overnight. I don't like to do that because I feel like my whole bed and my pillow even if I put a towel down, something gets greasy and it gets gross. So I just leave it in, and I wash it really thoroughly before bed, and then I go into the shampoo and conditioner. But it really just helps to soften your ends and to smooth everything out, and just to directly nourish your hair. The way that I comb my hair, and let me admit that I don't wash my hair very often. I will say at most twice a week. I think this is a really important point, because I know a lot of girls wash their hair every single day, and they think that their hair gets greasy if they don't wash it. But it's just like anything, building up that tolerance. I think if you can start to space it out a little bit more, then your hair gets used to it and doesn't produce as much greasiness and as much oil. So you can go at least every other day, maybe once every 3 days, washing your hair, just to really let those natural oils come through, and so you're not stressing your hair out too much. In the shower, your hair is really delicate. It can break easily, but I use a wide tooth comb, and I just really gently comb it out in the shower, just to get rid of the knots. I use my fingers a lot. For my hair type, I never brush my hair once it's dry. It makes it frizzy, and I just don't like it. So I only brush it, comb it in the shower. And again, I'm showering a lot, but I'm not washing my hair that often. The other part of healthy hair is, and I'm a big believer in embracing your natural texture, your natural hair type. I went through a phase, as we all have, where you want to change your hair. I used to straighten it. I had at one point I had a flat iron and blow dryer, but now I really don't like to use a lot of heat in my hair at all. I never blow dry it. When I go on a TV show, they do use curling irons. But again, that's not every day. Sometimes I have events where I want my hair to look a little bit nicer and more fancy, like we all do. And I kind of had this old school Conair hot roller kit, which seems a little 80s, but the hair person on Dr. Oz told me to get a set because the heat is slower to heat up, and then you keep it in your hair longer, so it's not the really high heat blast of a curling iron. So it actually works pretty well when I have an event or a party where I want my hair to look a little bit more done up. I'll use my hot rollers. I really don't use a curling iron at home, and if you do want to use it occasionally, that's fine, but I would just say to use as little heat on your hair as possible, just to keep it really healthy and to keep it from getting damaged. So these are my hair tips. Again, I want to stress that the food component is so important, and just embrace the beauty of your hair as it is. It's natural and it's beautiful. It can grow to be thicker, with foods, but just keep your hair routine really simple. Don't wash it too much. Use a couple good products, and your hair will start growing in more thicker and more beautiful every single day.